Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game. Welcome back to Hakuoki Kyoto Wins, and we're gonna do Shinpachi Nagakura's route. So, again, my mouse is on screen. Good start. So, we're going to start this off right with the first choice. And Shin doesn't show up if we do that, so we're gonna go here. And then we're going to skip ahead until the next choice. And try and figure out... We've done all of these. I guess the first one? Was that for Hajime? Yeah, Hajime. So, yeah, and then, hold on, let me go up a second. Right, so he's like,
yeah, well, Kyoto's not that safe to wander around on your own. Wait, what? A girl?
You figured it out?
Careful look is all it takes. You dress like a man, but you act like a girl.
Thank you. We'll continue.
Wait a minute, are you really a girl? Well, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess you did seem kinda girly. Yeah. Huh? I mean, of course I realized right away.
How could I? So about me thinking you're a man. Well... Struck dumb, eh, Shinpachi? Well, makes sense, I suppose. You don't exactly have a lot of experience with ladies.
Ouch! Get roasted.
Well, thanks for letting me know right away. Let's go find Hijikata. Of course you'll come with me. You can explain yourself when we're all together.
Oh, alright. He looked at me silently and nodded. I nodded too, unsure of what else I could do. Good enough, though. Alright. Let's continue on. And try and figure out what we're gonna do with Shin exactly. We'll get there. Trying to remember what else is gonna happen next. But first we gotta get through explaining everything. I think the next thing that happens is that we decide to leave our room. And then leave Shin with, anyway. Man, for some reason I'm having trouble I'm not having any trouble forgetting their names. I'm having trouble remembering their names. Goodness gracious me. Okay. Search the compound, I think, right? Yeah, safe put is for Toshi. Talk to someone is Soji, and Hajime. Search the compound. Yeah. As I thought about it, I realized that I had no idea how the Shinsengumi compound was laid out. If I were to live here, I thought, then I ought to make an effort to learn. I gathered my courage and stepped out of the room. There's no one here. I looked around. The hall was utterly empty. Then again, since I'd snuck out of my room, it was probably for the best that no one had seen me. Still, I felt a little guilty about it. Perhaps I should have just stayed in my room. If I wandered around the compound, it was likely I'd see something I wasn't supposed to. I'd already stumbled onto one of the Shinsengumi secrets the night I met them. I had no wish to do so again. Maybe I should reconsider. After some deliberation, I decided it was best to return to my room, but as I turned to walk back... Huh? From near the entrance I heard... something. Slowly, I peeked around the corner. Walking toward the door, looking as if they would prefer not to be seen, were Harada and Nagakura. Oh!
What?
Can I come with you? Maybe, if they let me go outside, I could finally start looking for my father.
Well, I don't really care, but I don't think you're gonna have a lot of fun. Hey! No, you idiot, we can't take her. You don't have the right to anyway. Huh? Oh, right. We aren't supposed to let you out of the house, huh? Wait. Are you even allowed to leave your room without an escort?
Well, where are you going anyway?
No changing the subject. Oh well, whatever. We're on our way to Shimabara if you really want to know.
Shimabara? The name was familiar. Wait, isn't that in the red light district? Nagakura shook his head between us and sighed.
Oh, come on, what are you doing telling the girl the truth about us going to Shimabara? You know me, I can't lie. Besides, it's not like we're up to no good or something. Not you, maybe. You're just coming to drink.
Nagakura, are, you going for something other than the alcohol?
Well, I mean, yes, there's alcohol, but, you know, girls pour drinks for you.
True, there was likely no shortage of beautiful women throughout Shimabara. Someone like Harada who visited just for the drinks was a rarity if I were to guess. But you're going in the afternoon?
Isn't that every man's dream? To drink while the light and life of the day is young.
Harada held a natural charm that seemed to shrug off any judgment over possible impropriety. Well, even so, I hardly think it's good to be drinking in the afternoon. Even if it was every man's dream, it didn't feel right to condone it. Two captains drinking during the afternoon would hardly help the Shinsengumi's low public opinion. Then again, perhaps it wasn't my business to think of the Shinsengumi's public reputation.
Yeah, I see your point. It's not really proper to be screwing around so early in the day.
Yes.
Kyoto's been really dangerous lately, though. We're not free to roam at night like normal people.
True.
So to hell with how appropriate it is. A man's gotta live. We're gonna party whenever we feel like it.
That didn't really seem right. But even so, on some level, his absurd logic made some sense. After all, everyone needs to relax from time to time, especially if they have the worries of the Shinsengumi. And if they worked at night, then when else would they go out with the afternoon? I was reflecting upon this when Toto walked in.
Oh, Chizuru? Are you coming too?
Well, I still haven't received permission to leave the house. I don't want Hijikata to get mad at me.
I see. That sucks.
You're going to Shimabara too, then, Toto?
Well... yeah. Look, Chizuru. You don't have to call me Toto, okay? It just feels kinda cold, you know?
Well, what should I call you then?
Just call me Heisuke. Everybody else does. After all, we're gonna be seeing each other a lot. And let's cool it with these uptight titles. We're practically the same age, so you can relax.
Really? I just didn't want to be rude, Toto.
See? You're doing it again.
Alright then. Heisuke.
Right, you got it. So what do you say we start over? Hello, Chizuru. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, it's a pleasure to meet you too, Heisuke. It wasn't anything important, I knew, but something about the exchange made me feel happy. Heisuke had, perhaps unknowingly, cheered me up. But you're still going to Shimabara then? Darn.
I mean, well, I'm not going there for the girls. I just want to hang out with the guys, you know.
Oh.
Well, maybe if you dress up like a real woman, it'd be enough eye candy to keep us out of trouble.
What?
Yeah, hell yeah. You'd be real cute. Once stuff settles down, you ought to start dressing like a girl again.
You guys, this is just so sudden. It was embarrassing for them to treat me like a girl all of a sudden, as if it just occurred to them. Just like a girl? What should I tell them? Shin. He's into women. He's also tough. I think I need to differentiate myself from the other girls. Gotta be tough. Tougher, I think? I mean, neither of these gets me points with Shin anyway, so... I guess we'll go Old Boo from last time. No, I can't. Their smiles confused me. No, I can't.
Why not? We're only talking about a quick change of outfits. Easy.
I know, but it's just that I'm not too comfortable with changing yet. Well, getting points with Harada before Shin.
Well, that makes sense. Understood. We won't force it.
What? Come on, Sano!
Calm down, man. It's okay to let things be.
Once we settled the topic of the appropriateness of my wardrobe, Nagakura shared his opinion.
Look, Chizuru, you've got to see our side here. We dedicate every day of our lives to keep Kyoto safe.
That's not a very convincing excuse. Despite my reservations, I understood the truth. They were partaking in normal activities for men. Besides, who was I to try and stop them in the first place? I certainly had no authority over them. While visiting pleasure quarters in broad daylight wasn't my thing, if their superiors took no issue. I was a guest of the Shinsengumi, and it would be rude for me to try and tell them what to do. But even so, they went out of their way to talk to me until I felt better about the situation. This showed they were good men, with nothing to hide. All right. I suppose their reasoning made sense to me, and part of me was just envious of them. I, too, wanted to be free of the staleness in this compound, and search for my father.
I'll bring you back something. What sort of food do you like?
Even though I was still turning the issue at hand in my head, the thought of food made me salivate. All right then, I'd like some tangerines. Maybe we can eat them together tomorrow afternoon?
Oh, that sounds good. See you then.
Soon as Hijikata gives you permission to go out, we'll take you wherever you want to go.
Well, thank you. But, Heisuke, you don't need to worry, alright? Even if you couldn't take me out now, it's the thought that counts. Thanks for cheering me up.
Thanks. So, we'll be off now.
Just as I waved to send those three off, Inoue's spidey sense was tingling.
And just where do you think you're going?
All of us nonchalantly turned our heads around to see Inoue pacing towards us.
Oh, damn it. It just had to begin, huh? Yikes, we're in for it now.
They all refused to make eye contact and fell silent, so I responded to Inoue in their stead. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but, I had no idea what else to say. Were they expecting me to cover for them?
Well, you know, Gen, right? We were going to go train, that's all.
Heisuke quickly warmed to his excuse, as did Nagakura.
Yeah, exactly. Like Heisuke said. I mean, it's such a nice day out, the breeze is warm.
Yes, what they said. After hearing their excuse, Inoue reacted.
My goodness, you're all so diligent. We train together so rarely these days. Might I join you?
He looked honestly happy, pleased with the dedication of his fellows.
Well... Oh, crap.
Seeing as they were hopeless in getting themselves out of this, I decided to lend a hand. You guys are really going to go train? Just then, Heisuke opened his mouth.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I wanted to train with you all, but I just remembered I had plans for today.
Plans?
See, I already promised Chizuru that I'd give her a tour of our headquarters. Right?
It was news to me.
Come on, please, go along with me.
He gave me a desperate, somber look with eyes like a sad puppy. I had no choice but to go along. Yes, that's right. Yes.
Right? Totally!
His eyes sparkled and he grabbed a hold of my hand and began to walk off. Heisuke had cheered me up earlier, after all. Perhaps in this way I was returning the favor.
Hold on there, Heisuke. You really think you can...
Before he could even finish, Harada interrupted, a mischievous grin appearing on his face.
I'd better come too, Chizuru. Make sure none of the guys give you any trouble.
Well, I suppose you have a point.
I see. Well, Harada does have a point. I'll leave her in your care, then. Alright, Shinpachi, shall we go? I expected this from Heisuke, but you, Sano? I thought you were better than that!
His knuckles turned white and his face shook with exasperation.
Time to go!
What?
Shin's got a bit of a short temper.
Duly noted. Heisuke grabbed my hand, and Harada pushed me from behind, and soon we were moving away from the entrance at a rapid clip.
You rat bastards! Come back here!
Nagakora's shouts were echoing, but the laughter of the two men caused their eyes to sparkle in kind. It was infectious, and I couldn't help but laugh with them, my worries gradually drifting from me. After the commotion settled, Heisuke and Harada gave me a tour around the headquarters. Nagakora, alternatively, had none such luck. I heard later that he and Inoue spent the rest of the day training, just the two of them. At the end of the day, I think he's a good man. And it's finally his turn. So we're gonna skip through this until it's time for dinner. Dinner time with the rowdy bunch. I was gonna say bounce. With the rowdy bounce.
You're late. You kids are late. Who's gonna answer to my crying stomach?
You mean growling, Shin. Really, he's so simple sometimes.
You guys ought to apologize to my stomach. He wanted to dig in, but I said, no, we've gotta wait for him. You're such a softie, Shin. Alright guys, it's time to eat, and that means every man for himself. Man, there's barely enough here to feed a kid, let alone a man. So I'll just have to... take yours! Survival of the fittest! This food is mine!
That sound.
Hey! Why do you always steal my food?
It's cause of the difference in size, kid. I got a bigger body. That means I need more food.
Well, I'm still growing, old man, so I gotta eat more too.
Sorry you had to see this, Chizuru. They're always like this.
I've, gotten used to it.
How are we to deal with accepting such insanity?
Oh, why aren't you taking anything? Yeah, I'm good. If I eat too much, I slow down.
Hey! What do you mean, slow? Oh, whatever, I'm taking that.
Go for it. So long as I got a little sake to sip, I'm good.
Sounds like I'm going with sake too.
Try not to worry about eating too much or being a freeloader or something, Chizuru. Just eat your little heart out, okay? I know. I can't help but feel a little bad, though.
Well, if you let that get to you, you're gonna lose. You have to protect what's yours.
Oh, okay. Always eating alone made the experience of dinner with these men both an exhilarating and a frightening evening for me. It was actually fun.
See, there's that smile. You ought to do that more often. We aren't gonna hurt you.
Harada. His mouth curled up into an honest smile of his own. Had I really looked so down? Perhaps they were all trying to cheer me up. I wasn't quite sure how to feel. I was conflicted over whether or not to feel pity for myself or to appreciate the moment for what it was. The joy seemed to be winning out, however, and I caught myself smiling as Inoue entered the room.
Gentlemen, do you have a moment?
As usual, his voice was warm, but in his eyes was a level of solemnity I'd never seen before, at least during our brief acquaintance thus far. The warmth of the room slowly evaporated.
I've just received word from Osaka. Sanan has been gravely injured in battle.
What? What happened?
A dry goods store in Osaka was invaded by a group of Ronin. Toshi and Sanan arrived in time to enter the fray and subdue the Ronin. However, Sanan was stabbed during the encounter.
Is he going to be alright?
According to the letter, he is gravely hurt, but the wound is on his left arm. It will be hard for him to wield a blade, but he will almost certainly survive.
Oh, thank goodness. I exhaled as a brief sigh of relief, but the rest of the room was tense, still itching for answers.
He should be returning here in a few days. Now please excuse me. I must speak with Kondo.
He turned as he spoke, his last words delivered over his shoulder, and was gone. It was Saito who soon broke the awkward silence.
An injury so grave he cannot clutch his sword. Perhaps the wound severed an artery. To wield a blade with one arm is a disservice. He may never carry a blade again if it's true.
Oh. At last I understood.
Fighting with a single hand would mean less strength behind his blows. Against an opponent of similar skill, he would almost certainly lose.
If push comes to shove, he'll have to take it. I don't think Sanan's just going to give up.
Don't jinx him, Soji. It's gonna look bad if officers start joining the Furies.
Huh? Wait, that didn't make any sense. What are the Furies?
Oh, so Furies come from something you drink where any injuries could be cured.
Heisuke!
Huh? Before I could move, Harada was on his feet and halfway across the room. I barely had time to gasp before he drove his fist into Heisuke.
Ow!
Heisuke! Are you alright?
Sano, you're overreacting. That was my bad, Heisuke. I slipped first. You alright? Sorry.
After a moment, Harada curtly nodded to Heisuke in apology, the latter offering a quick pained smile.
Nah, I should have been watching what I said. Still, Sano, you didn't have to hit me.
His punch had enough force to knock out a lesser man, but Heisuke seemed unfazed. It was never clearer how different these men were.
Chizuru, everything you just heard is something you are never to repeat. I'm sure you're curious, but we can't tell you anything else, so don't ask. And forget what you just heard from Heisuke.
His voice was friendly, but his eyes gave his words a cold weight that made me feel uncomfortable. The Furies that Heisuke spoke about are men to be pitied. Okito's voice was flat, emotionless. A sudden chill of melancholy entered his eyes. I couldn't bring myself to say anything more. Thankfully, Nagakura broke the awkward silence.
It's nothing you need to worry yourself about. You don't have to get all worked up.
I was only a guest in their house, not a warrior of the Shinsengumi. The truth of the Shinsengumi secrets were no business of mine, something I'd known. There was little value in that sentiment, however.
Put it from your mind. Involving yourself in our affairs will only put you in greater danger.
I bit my lip and kept silent. The wall between us was almost tangible, almost far too large an obstacle for me to defeat easily. I finished my dinner in sad silence, excused myself, and returned to my room. I had a great deal to think about. Furies, huh? I wondered to myself if the Furies referred to the Rakshasa pictured in Buddhist texts. Though I wasn't well versed, I recalled reading a text about a man-eating demon god with that name. I have no idea where to start. From drinking the medicine to Captain becoming a Fury. No, I wasn't supposed to think about those things. I was only going to get myself in trouble if I stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Seeing or hearing the wrong thing could kill me. If I die, I'll have a hard time looking for my father. The Shinsengumi captains are keeping themselves hush around me, especially about the Furies. Are they doing it to protect me? Even if I dug around, I'm sure nothing good would come of it. With that in mind, I did my best to clear my head of the evening's events and slipped into my futon. No good thinking about it. And now it's March. Okay, we can skip this. Because we're gonna run into this guy, this beautiful boy. Mr. Takeda. And then I'm gonna save. Because I'm never sure with this if, you know, whoops, that's the wrong button. I don't need my mouse for this. I can just save with the arrow keys. This is fine. Remember who you are. We'll ask if we can help first of all. And see if it stops. No, okay. So we skipped ahead. I'll try quietly returning to my room. Because otherwise I would have missed out on a thing with Sanon before. Okay. Not Sanon. Sano. Good grief. Harada. Harada last time. Sanon we haven't done yet. That's a little while. Okay. It's June either way. It didn't really affect anything. Ah. Time to join rounds.
Commander, it's Saito. I've brought Yukimura. Come in.
Saito responded by quietly opening the sliding doors, gesturing me to enter the room. Upon entering, I saw Hijikata, but also Okita, Nagakura, Harada, and Heisuke in the hall. It appeared that only the captains, who were aware of my situation, were present.
I know you have been waiting for some time, but the time has finally come to let you out.
Really? I could barely contain the excitement in my voice as soon as the words came out of his mouth. So, is it true there was a man in Fushimi that matched my father's profile?
We're not sure if it's true or not. It was our intention to let you verify for us, considering his daughter would recognize him best.
I nodded in response. For now, any information pertaining to my father was appreciated, so I was thankful. So, where is this man who supposedly looks like my father?
Our initial reports outline a place called the Terada Inn in Fushimi. Saito is assigned to check.
Saito is assigned. I wasn't sure if that meant I was to accompany Saito, or if I would have to wait longer for him. Then Harada chimed in.
But this doesn't necessarily mean Kodo is a guest of this inn. Yeah, being sighted in Fushimi could just mean he was walking around the city of Kyoto. Exactly. So that's why I'm asking the three of you, Harada, Shinpachi, and Heisuke, to take her along on your rounds to assist her search for Kodo.
All of us? Usually we split up and go on rounds separately.
Hijikata didn't bother entertaining a response, instead looking towards me. Was he suggesting these were the men who were responsible for dealing with me should I attempt to flee? Heisuke must have sensed this as well, so he made no attempt to push the issue any further. I understand what you're saying, but I don't like the fact that you're making us do all the babysitting. I thought you planned on patrolling as well, Hijikata. So, for your own benefit, why don't you show your adorable page the ropes by having her with you?
What the hell are you talking about? Aren't you the one who pushed her onto me? I'm not having any of your insolence today. She isn't my page.
Maybe, but all the lower-ranking men are starting to believe it. There is, after all, a grain of truth in every lie, so why don't you give her a befitting job? As Okita and Hijikata bickered at one another, the mood of the room was locked in their tense words until Harada whispered to me.
Well, Kyoto, as you've seen, isn't the safest place right now, so don't force yourself to leave. I mean, we all know what Kota looks like too, so the risk doesn't have to be yours alone.
I could look for my father in Fushimi, or join the patrol rounds assuming he's moved places, or stay here to keep safe from the outside, or accompany Hijikata as his page. Well, we all know what we're gonna do. Well, I would like to accompany Nagakura, Harada, and Heisuke on their patrol.
What? You plan on coming with us? I hope you know that going on rounds ain't a walk in the park. Come on, don't scare her away. I doubt there's anyone out there dumb enough to pick a fight with any of the three of us.
Yeah, you're safe with us.
Thank you. My hands trembled from excitement. I was going to be able to join Nagakura and the others.